Good morning, it's Alyssa. I'm out training with Nicole for the Race to Freedom, and last Saturday I was in San Francisco training with Stephanie, and we showed you a little bit of the skyline. And today we are out running, training for the Race to Freedom in the beautiful nature of Texas. So we're having a lot of fun here. Today, while I was out on my run, I'm just taking a little pause. We're about halfway through today's run, and I was running down the street and I noticed a single penny laying on the ground as we were running past it. So I just stopped and I picked it up because I was taught something that stayed with my life. Probably 12 years ago, I read a little newsletter by a gentleman named Bob Johnson, who has done work all over the world rescuing people that need rescuing and going after the one. And in that newsletter, he said that the whole world passes by pennies because they don't see the value in picking up a single penny. But 100 pennies equals $1, and dollars add up. And so in that letter, he challenged me to never forget to go after the one, and to always see value in somebody that the rest of the world never sees value in. And so that is something that has become a statement piece for my life and how I've lived the last decade plus, is to, no matter how busy I am, no matter where the focus is, to do my best to stop for the one. And it's not something that I'm perfect at by any means, but it's something that I've strived to be successful in. And when I picked it up, I was reminded of a time when I was working in San Francisco. I was volunteering, actually with the same gentleman, Bob Johnson, in San Francisco, and working in his inner city organization that went after kids that were at risk and helped them. They fed the homeless, washed the feet of the homeless, help them get cleaned up, help them get job interviews, get off the streets, get off drugs. We worked with street prostitutes, women that had been trafficked. And so I was remembering a time when I stopped for the one, and there was a girl that was out street walking. She was obviously on drugs and in shambles. And I stopped and I talked to her, and I had some roses out with me that night, and I handed her a single rose. And I said, "I love you and you're valuable." And I just spoke into her life and gave her a message of hope. And she actually let me pray for her that night on that dirty street corner in the front of neon lights with chaos all around us. And then 6 months later, I ran into her, and she looked totally different. She came running up to me and she says, "Do you remember me?" And I was trying to remember her, and I didn't recognize her because she was so different. And she said, "6 months ago, you stopped and you paid attention to me, and you gave me a rose, and you told me that I was beautiful, and you prayed for me." She says, "And that night, I was delivered from crack cocaine, and I have not touched it since, and it's been 6 months." She said, "A single encounter of you loving me and pouring into my life forever changed who I was and forever changed who my destiny is." And there's something about that when you stop for the one and you pay attention to somebody that everybody else would pass by and would consider as broken. There's power in stopping for the one. Because when you stop when it's not convenient, and when you stop when you don't want to, and when you train for a marathon, for some of our runners that have been training for 5-6 months, that have gone from couch potato to marathon runner, people that this is an investment of their time and their energy. When you make that sort of investment, you have no idea of the impact and the magnitude of what you are reaching. And so right now, we've raised funds for over 170 kids to be rescued from sex trafficking. We're going to be rescuing these kids straight from brothels all over the globe. We're working with some fabulous organizations to do that, and we're really, really excited. So I just invite you to continue to cheerlead on the runners, to support financially if you can, to come to San Antonio on November 17th and cheer on the team or run with us. And thank you for paying attention to the one and for stopping, because you have absolutely no idea of the lives you're changing along the way. And if you want to donate, you can go to kingsransomfoundation.org, click on the Race to Freedom. Every single dollar that is donated there, every single penny of it goes straight towards rescuing a child that is living currently in a brothel, being forced to do things that no child should ever have to do. And yeah, we invite you to come on out and be part of the fun, and let's rescue a lot of kids along the way.